So what do we do with the Scaredy-Cats? Send them away. Just get them out of your presence.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Scaredy-Cats are afraid of what their enemies are going to do. Mm-hmm. Just afraid.
Yes.
But I want to give you some recommendations. Look at Nehemiah 4:17. And there was a problem. After the people had been in bondage,
mm-hmm.
and first through Cyrus, the first captives were allowed to go back, and they began through Zerubbabel to build the foundation of the temple. And that's what God does sometimes in our lives, where we've messed up.
Yes.
And it looks like total loss.
Mm-hmm.
God allows us to somehow get stabilization and another foundation is built.
Mm-hmm.
That foundation is built in the same place that we experience so much loss. And then from the foundation, through the work of Ezra, the temple was rebuilt. And the people began to worship again. But there was a problem. The wall had not been built around Jerusalem for protection. So there was a wall that was being built to protect them as they begin to go down the right path again. And when we make decisions in our lives and God begins to rebuild the foundation, there's a wall that He begins to place around us.
Mm.
But I want you to know that as Nehemiah was building the wall, they encountered opposition. Mm-hmm. And that opposition, it was the Amorites, the Arabs, Sanballat, Tobiah. These were representative of forces that were coming against them as they tried to build the wall. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, as you try to build the wall,
yes,
as you try to execute the things of God, you're going to have some enemies.
Yes.
And you can decide whether you're going to be a scaredy-cat or whether you're going to be bold like a lion. And I'm going to be bold like a lion. That means I'm going to stand up and there's going to be no crying. And so, you're going to see, you got Nehemiah 4:17. What does that say, ma'am?
It says, the officers stationed themselves behind the people of Judah who were building the wall.
All right, wait a minute. They are beginning to build the wall. And all the enemies came. They say, you'll never get this done. It will never, ever happen. And you've got people in your life that are telling you,
that's right,
it'll never happen. You'll never get anywhere. You never go any place. You'll be right here always. Don't listen to the enemy. Don't do it. And so they didn't listen to the enemy, and they began to build the wall. And they got it halfway high. And the enemy said, we still hadn't discouraged him. So they begin to come back and to discourage the workers. They say this wall is not strong enough for even a fox or an animal to walk across it without it falling down. They begin to criticize and negatively talk about what they were doing. That's what the enemy does. Criticizes, speak negatively, but don't allow that to rub off on you. So there was no wall, and now there's half a wall. The enemy really is getting concerned then. And as God takes you further and further and higher, the enemy is going to still try to test you. But I want you to know God is going to bless you. Okay. Keep building, keep building, keep building. And now the full wall is up. There's just gaps in it. And so the enemy decides we're going to kill them. We couldn't discourage them, so now we're going to destroy them. And I know the enemy is trying to discourage you, but he cannot destroy you. And the people were made aware, word gets around, that they're going to try to swoop down on us and kill us and destroy us. And that was a pivotal point. And you're going to have some pivotal points in your existence. And then you have to decide where I'm going to act in faith or I'm going to be a scaredy-cat and act in fear. But let's see what they did in Nehemiah 4 and 17. What does it say, ma'am?
It says the common laborers carried on with their work with one hand supporting their...
Wait a minute! 1 John 4, 16, 18. You get that, hold that. They did not stop working because the enemy was threatening to destroy them. Come on, go back and read that again.
It says, the officers stationed themselves behind the people of Judah who were building the wall. The common laborers carried on with their work.
The laborers carried on with their work. Come on.
With one hand supporting their load.
One hand was working. All right? What does it say?
And then one hand was holding a weapon.
The other hand was holding a weapon. I'm not going to let Satan stop me from what God has destined for me. I got to work with one hand and fight with the other. I'm going to make it through this thing.
That's right.
I'm going to make it. I might got a brawl, but I'm going to build and brawl. I'm going to see what God has for me. I'm going to conquer it all. And so what you need is a dose of God's love to get rid of the case of fear. All right, I'll read 1 John 4, 16, 18. It's in your notes.
God is love. Whoever lives in God, love lives in God, and God is in him. In this way, love is made complete among us so that we will have confidence on the day of judgment. Because in this world, we are like him. There is no fear in love. But
there is no fear in love. That word love comes from agape. And what that simply means, it means all of the goodness of God that he's granted to us based upon his character. There is no fear in love. Come on, what does it say?
But perfect love drives out fear.
When you get God's love and you realize that it came from above, that drives, it pushes every ounce of fear that exists in my life. It takes away the Scaredy-Cat. Makes me be able to stand up. Perfect love drives out the fear. What does it say?
Because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love.
Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
We bring the sacrifice